Okay, this is People of the State of Michigan versus Frederick May, docket number 19-613FH. Mr. May, you are here today on allegations that you're in violation of probation. It's alleged that you have failed to make regular payments to the friend of the court. Do you understand the allegation against you?
I understand the allegation, but I just made a payment.
All right, I'm just going to go through this. I have to ask certain questions, so hold on. If it's proven true, it could subject you to a maximum penalty of up to 8 years in prison based on your original conviction. You have the right to be represented by an attorney, and you are represented by Mr. Austin, who is present today. You also have the right to a contested hearing where you could appear by yourself or through an attorney. You could hear the evidence presented against you. You could cross-examine witnesses, and you could present your own evidence. And because this violation is based solely on a failure to comply with an order to pay money, I am required to tell you, Mr. May, that I cannot order incarceration or revoke probation for a failure to comply with an order to pay money unless I'm able to find that you are able to comply with the order without manifest hardship and that you've not made a good faith effort to comply with the order. So when I just advised you of your right to a contested hearing, you could have a contested hearing where the court would determine whether you have a lawful inability to pay, and you would, through counsel or on your own, be allowed to submit documentation that this court could consider in determining your ability to pay. And you could also request payment alternatives or payment modifications if those were applicable. As I mentioned, you are represented by Mr. Austin. And Mr. Austin, how are we proceeding on this?
Your Honor, it's my understanding from speaking with Mr. May that he would be admitting to the violation.
Is that right, Mr. May?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so I just want to be clear for you and me that that would mean then that you're waiving or giving up any ability to claim that you were unable to comply with this order without manifest hardship. Is that what you want to do?
I don't know what that means, ma'am.
It means that you're giving up any claim that you had an inability to pay.
Well, I couldn't pay.
Then I'm not going to take your plea, because if you could not pay, then
I paid January's. I'm going to pay. I'm
not going to get in a debate with you. I just want to know.
No, I'm not. I'm sorry.
Do you understand that if you plead guilty to probation violation, you are giving up any claim that you were financially unable to pay?
Oh, yes, ma'am. I understand that.
And that's what you want to do?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Would you raise your right hand, please? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give in this matter will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, ma'am. I do.
Thank you. Thank you. Mr. May, as I've indicated, you have the right to a contested hearing, and I've outlined, because in this particular case, it's a little different than some other types of contested hearings. I've outlined for you what that would entail. And if you plead guilty, you will give up the right to have that hearing and also the rights that go along with it. That means you'll be giving up your right to have this allegation proven. You'll be giving up your right to have the witnesses against you appear at the hearing and to be able to cross-examine them. You'll give up your right to have this court order any witnesses that you might have to appear at the hearing. You'll give up your right to testify yourself at the hearing if you wanted to. And as I've already indicated, you'll be giving up any kind of a defense that you had an inability to pay without hardship. Do you understand those rights?
Yeah, can I have a minute to talk to my lawyer, though?
Yes, I will put you in a breakout room where you and he can speak privately.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Takes me just a minute to do that.
It's okay. Join.
Click join.
Do you have a favorite dish when you go on your trips to France?
More live streaming stuff. Sorry.